정미혜, 최준혁, 이서영 학생은 외국인들이 한국에 체류하면서 겪는 의학적 어려움을 인지하고 체류하고 있는 외국인들이 어떻게 하면 쉽고 편리하게 의료 정보를 얻고 치료받을 수 있을지 고민하는 프로젝트를 진행했습니다. 박수 쳐주세요. Hello, we are Team Media, 정미혜,
최준혁,
and 이서현. Media is a student-led group with the mission of assisting foreigners in receiving the medical care they need by providing them with general medical information.
These are the points we'll be talking about in our presentation. So, with growing influence of Korean culture across the globe, more and more foreigners are coming to Korea, both temporarily and permanently. As you can see from this table, the number of foreigners staying in Korea is increasing at a steady pace. Should do something? Yes. This would mean that more foreigners would receive and use Korean healthcare already in place. We went to Itaewon to survey foreigners regarding Korean healthcare. We created a memo to keep track of the result as a first draft. The first question asked was, as a foreigner, do you feel comfortable using Korean hospital? Now, 21 out of 30 people, around 70%, answered that they weren't comfortable with using the Korean hospital. Now, the second question was, would you feel more comfortable using Korean hospital if you had a guide containing basic information about Korean healthcare? That's a mouthful. And 28 out of 30 people answered that it would help. Furthermore, we conducted an interview asking foreigners who live in Korea about their experience in Korean hospitals.
So I've been in Korea right now for about 6 months. Where is that? Yeah. Yes and no, depending on the hospital. If it's an international hospital, probably yes, but if it's more just a general hospital, I'll probably look up. One of the biggest difficulties I think was in the hospitals, like obviously trying to navigate and try to find out where I need to go and what I need to do, etc.
As you can see, many foreigners are experiencing difficulty using Korean medical care. We've identified 2 of the most common issues foreigners experience, and they were lack of easily accessible information and the language barrier. Upon our research, we discovered that there were no official guidebook that people could refer to. The information was scattered all around across the web. Also, many expressed difficulty communicating with the doctor, oftentimes having to bring someone with them for translation.
To solve this problem, we came up with 2 ways. Firstly, we created badges that the faculties in the hospitals can wear to show their fluency in English. By doing so, we would help the foreign patients to easily recognize who speaks English or not. The picture above is the design of badges. As you can see, we are also wearing the badges on our shirt. The badge contains a globe-like sphere which represents international inclusiveness. Furthermore, the heart and the cross in the center means friendliness and medical help. Secondly, we created a pamphlet containing basic information of Korean healthcare in English. We categorized 4 different topics: introduction, general information, terms, and English-speaking hospitals. In the front, there contains emergency calls including 119 and more. Furthermore, there are basic tips like the fact that there usually are pharmacists right next to the hospitals that the patients are prescribed. In the back, there are addresses and the contact information of the 6 English-speaking hospitals in Seoul, including Cha Medical Center and more. It also states the definition and the Korean pronunciation of medical terms such as pharmacy and infection.
We discussed in detail what we should do to solve the issues we mentioned before. We wanted to reach as many people as effectively as possible. We also wanted our result to be tangible. That way we could make sure our work was put into good use. And I believe our goals were met. These are some of the reactions that we received.
Would I hope you have an easier experience in Korean hospitals?
Absolutely. This is great.
This part would definitely help me with
It's going to be really helpful. And the fact that I have these hospitals listed for English-speaking people, it's great. It's great.
Korean hospitals because sometimes there's no translator available and instead of finding people partners for your appointment on your own.
Wow, I'm not nervous in my house. I know where to go. I know where to get help. This is really helpful. And
To reach as many people as possible, we sent a request to place our pamphlets and badges in various embassies of English-speaking countries and major hospitals. Although hospitals we've contacted didn't provide us with definitive answers, the majority of the embassies showed interest. We even got to visit them and handed them the physical copies. We visited the embassy of Britain, Australia, New Zealand, and Canada. We've also distributed them out on the street and gave some copies to those that participated in our survey and the interview. The reason why we came up with Media as our group name was because we wanted to create a kind of friendliness, just like when you call your friends. In Korea, you usually call your friends by saying their name and putting ya at the back. For example, I will call them Mieya and Junyoga. Likewise, we hope the people can approach medical-related matters with comfort like they do to their friends.
We've received positive feedback when we show people our pamphlet. Now that we gave out our pamphlets, we hope that more people will receive the care they need with the help of our pamphlet. Thank you for listening.